Hey everybody, on today's video I'm going to be setting up the Wyze Cam and the Wyze Cam Pan, along with some outdoor enclosures for them, and just give my thoughts and impressions on the kind of first unboxing and setup of these. So here's kind of all those enclosures I have. This is for the regular Wyze Cam, and then this is the Wyze Cam Pan enclosure. It claims to be water resistant. It is just kind of a rubbery thing, so I don't know how much water it'll actually keep out. It does have these little breathing holes on the back to let out heat, which I think is good. So we'll just have to see how well these do over time. I am a little bit worried about this one because it is two pieces that go together, and then it has screws that go into the back. There is no gasket here, so I can see water seeping in, especially where I am, because there is a lot of rain and moisture. Getting into the cameras, we've got the Wyze Cam here. Part of the reason I went with these over other cameras was mainly price. I got everything shown in this video and a second enclosure for this, the regular Wyze Cam, for $120, which is about $80 cheaper than, say, a Google camera, which obviously with like the Google outdoor camera you don't need to buy a enclosure on top of that one. That one is already waterproof, so you do save some money there and some time. But the enclosures for these weren't that expensive, and I could always 3D print one if I wanted to. Here's the camera itself. This little tiny guy. Got the little foot it can, or fall over. Got the little foot it can stand up on and rotate. And then all of the charging cables and a 3M adhesive if you want to stick it somewhere. I did buy two of these 32 gig SD cards. They suggest that you don't use anything bigger than 32 gig. I have heard some people that used bigger cards with success, but I didn't want to risk it. They do have up to 14-day free cloud storage, and then if you wanted it to keep it, that's what the cards are for, so you can record straight to the card and not have to worry about losing your videos. Here is the Wyze Cam Pan. It's quite a bit taller than the other one. And the feature this one has over this one is it rotates. Oh, here we can open this. The advantage this has over the other one is it rotates all the way around, and it pans up and down. The lens itself actually moves. One thing I do like about this one over the other one already is it does have the little threaded bottom, so you can easily mount this to whatever you wanted to install it, where with the regular Wyze Cam, the mounting comes from the case itself. It doesn't have a threaded bottom. This also comes with power cords and everything, but I'm not going to open those up right now. The option I got to waterproof this off of Amazon is just this little rubber housing. I'm not sure how well it'll do just because of it is just rubber. It does have the little overhang on it, so maybe that'll keep it dry. It's got little vent holes, and then if you wanted to daisy chain your cameras together, it does have the option for the USB hole, so you can plug in your other camera there. As far as mounting hardware with the kit I got, it has a little adjustable arm. You can, hang it upside down and orientate your camera however. Probably what I'm going to do is this, and then the camera will sit on top of this piece. It actually is a metal piece, which is kind of surprising. I was expecting it to be plastic. And then it comes with the 3 screws that you need, and it also has some wall anchors in there if you were going into drywall or something like that. So there's what that looks like, all waterproofed and ready to mount. I can't mount right now because it's actually hailing outside, so I'm going to go ahead and get both cameras set up while I'm in here waiting. Everything that comes with this one is the 2 halves for this. I actually have 2 of these because it's a kit of 2. Then you get this bag of little hardware, which I'm assuming is to attach these 2 boxes together. And then they have the same thing where it's got the mounting hardware. This one is plastic compared to this one, which is the metal. So this one, I think we want to go ahead and do this. Looks like you are going to want to plug this one into your power before you go ahead and seal it up, because once you seal it up, you're not going to be able to reach into there and get it. This other one does still have the bottom exposed, so you are able to get into there and plug it in later. Helps if you use the right end of the cable. And then you just kind of fold that down like that. And hook. See, like that. Ah, there you go. So this little cutout here in the back is actually for the loop of the cable. So let me go ahead and seal that up. One thing I forgot is if you don't put your SD card in before you put the case on, you can't put the SD card in. So we're going to go back and put the SD card in. Now back to your regular Sketch Pro. Got that all set up with your cable. This just screws into the back, and this is also an adjustable head so that you can set up however you want the angle to be. So you can have it be freestanding. The weight's a little bit off for that, or you can mount it to an eave or a wall and then adjust this piece around. Did want to go over a couple things real quick here in the app. I noticed if you click on the actual video feed and pan back and forth, it'll actually move the camera along with it. And it does do the up and down part of the pan as well. It's not just side to side, the lens will move. For mine, I've got it set on motion tracking, pan scan, and motion triggered. So if it reads any motion, it'll start recording and send an alert to my phone. The pan scan is, I believe it's every 10 seconds. It changes to a new direction. This camera also does have built-in night vision that we'll have to test out here once it gets dark. As you can see, I keep seeing the top of my phone moving, so it's trying to follow it. See what's going on. Right, you see the lens is all the way down, and it's just tracking it. You can also, if you're in the app, come down to the controls and manually move the camera. So if you see something you want to watch and the camera didn't pick up on it, you can move it around that way. And you can also do the pan part up and down. So you can see the lens itself move. You have the option to take a photo. You can record. You can, and it's a two-way speaker, so you can do the voice, and it'll come out through the speaker of the camera. It's not great audio quality, but it's enough to tell somebody, "Hey, leave the package," or something like that. Okay, so I put this one up, the pan, up on the outside of the back of our house. It will pan the whole area and kind of get up behind our house. There's a wooded area back here that I kind of wanted to see what animals and stuff we got in there. It also points back around towards our sheds and stuff, which are behind you guys. Then I can pull it up on the phone here and see what's going on. There's all sorts of different settings, so make sure that you go into the app and configure it the way you want it. Here's a good chance to show you guys how it's wired. It's just a regular USB plug into whatever kind of power outlet you had. You can even get, a USB power outlet, and then you wouldn't need to use the adapter there. I know the adapter says Nest, but that's because the one that came with it stuck straight out, so this cover wouldn't fit over the top of it, so we just switched out for another one we had. Ran the cable up here, back into the camera. This camera's kind of set up so that it will get anybody that comes across the bridge towards our house. It's nice for package deliveries because it will give us an alert that someone's here, and you can use the two-way talk and say, hey, just leave the package, or we'll be down in a minute to sign for it, or something like that. And I'll show you guys a quick test of what the audio sounds like coming out of this, just so you guys can know. So say things like, go ahead and leave the package, or we'll be down in a minute. One thing I have noticed is, I don't know if it's the way the night vision is set up, or if just because of the placements of the cameras, this camera seems to be able to see further out with the night vision than the Wyze pan. The pan seems to get kind of right by the camera, but it doesn't show further out. And I'll insert some clips here to kind of help show what I'm talking about. But this one you can see all the way kind of out to a small road we've got up there, where the pan, you only see a short distance in front of it. Also, as part of that, this one does get a lot more false detections, where we'll have, raindrops that it's picking up and things like that at night, where the night vision's picking it up, or just it thinks it sees something in the tree and it detects motion and starts recording. So I would say out of this one, we've had several false detections a night, where the other one, I think we've had one or two the whole time that we've had it up. And at this point, we've probably had it up 4 or 5 days. So far, both of the water protective housings have been holding up. It's been raining quite a bit out here the last several days that it was up, and neither camera seems to be getting wet or has had any problems. I was a little bit worried about the pan, because where the plug is on it, it's kind of exposed, but we've had some pretty torrential rain and even a little bit of hail, and so far they've been okay. In conclusion, I think these are pretty good cameras, especially for the price you pay for them. So far, the water resistance of them seems to be fine. Like I said, it's been raining quite a bit out here, and they've been working. If you guys want to buy these cameras or anything that you've seen in my videos, there will be an Amazon link in the video description. If you guys use that link, it gives me a small percentage of everything that you guys spend. It doesn't cost you anymore, but it actually helps out the channel, and I get a small percentage of that back. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a comment, ask any questions you have, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're not already, and we'll see you in the next one.